What's going on, guys? I'm now going to give you a fight preview for the November the 6th bout in the Super 6 for, excuse me, Allan Green and Glen Johnson. Super-Middleweight, Super 6, last round. Finally, we're getting the last round. You know how people who subscribe know how I feel about the Super 6. Before I start, please subscribe to any boxing previews, reviews, and debate going on the channel. Please subscribe. Interesting fight. This is the two people on the bottom of the table, and whoever wins this, I believe, are more likely going to go into the semi-finals. I think. I'm not sure how the table works, but anyway, what I'll do is I'll go into both fighters, and I'll then break it down together, and then I'll discuss a winner, who I think will win afterwards. Start off with Glen Johnson. Glen Johnson, 150. Lost 14 and drawn 2 with 34 knockouts. Glen Johnson just coming down from light heavyweight, is a late entry into the Super 6. He is replacing Mikhail Kessler, who has got injury problems that may force him out of boxing, so to say. So I wish Kessler the best of luck. But if you look at Johnson just coming down from light heavyweight, he likes to stay in the pocket. In the fight, stay in the pocket, from then likes to throw a lot of punches, which is going to be very, very good, interesting for a fighter like Allan Green. Allan Green, I don't think he likes the fight in close, doesn't like it up close and personal. He wants to really keep his distance in the fight because Green likes to fight at arm's length, So when you look at that, I think, that gives Johnson the upper hand. But when you look at Green likes to fight arm's length, as I said. And I think he would be in horrible, horrible trouble if Johnson goes in. And if Johnson goes in and gets in the inside of Green, I think Green's in huge trouble in this fight. If Glen Johnson smothers him, then, it starts becoming awkward for Green. Green then struggles, because the one thing about the fight against Andre Ward was Green, I don't think, was that comfortable with Ward's movement, Ward's ability to get in the inside and throw punches at him, which is why I think this is going to be a difficult fight for him. Plus, I think Johnson outworks Green. I think Glen Johnson, he's got the experience, even though I think he's 41 years old. He's still got the experience. If you look at the fighters he's fought recently, he's fought Tavares Cloud, Chad Dawson. He's fought people like Bernard Hopkins. He's fought Clinton Woods. He's fought some decent fighters. He's been around the block, Johnson, and I think that's what makes Johnson interesting in this fight. How I flip it around. Green keeps the fight at arm's length, it's Green's fight. It is going to be Green's fight if he manages to keep it at arm's length, manages to get the jabs going from a distance and start just forcing Johnson on the back foot. That's when it becomes Green's fight. Because Green, as I said, that's the sort of fight Green is. If you look at it, it's a very even match. It should be an interesting fight. Neither have been knocked out since 97, I believe. 1997. None of them have been knocked out. So I can't see a fighter going down in this when you look at the statistics. But I think Green, in order to win, needs to knock out Johnson. I think that's imperative because Johnson can go on for hours, getting in close, throwing the body shots, and making it really rough for Green, but in order for Green, I say that Green needs to get a knockout. Johnson can get hurt, like we saw against Cloud. He showed real courage in there because Cloud was really hurting Johnson, Tavares Cloud, light heavyweight, and I think that if Green can hurt Johnson, he's got to take advantage because Johnson has got a hell of a heart on him. And he will really, really start coming back and becoming brighter again, things like that. So if Green does hurt Johnson, he needs to carry on putting on the gas. And I don't think Green can do that, because there's a point in the Ward fight where Green said something to Ward, and I think it was Showtime afterwards who revealed what Green said, and he said, "I need to fight at 175 again," which I think that means that Green struggles with the weight. He was a light heavyweight, remember, until 2005 when he moved down to super middleweight. I think he struggles with the weight. I think he feels drained at the weight. However, though, you look at it the other way. This is Johnson's first fight, stepping down to super middleweight from light heavyweight. And Johnson's been 190 pounds before. You know, let's not forget it, you know. So it could be interesting how Johnson reacts. Will he lose any of his ability with losing the weight? He's 41 years old. Losing that weight to get down to super middleweight will not be easy. To get to 168 pounds, that will not be easy for Johnson. So let's not, you know, take anything away from that fact. This is what makes an interesting fight, because these I have to win in order to get the fight going. If Green wants to win, he needs to knock out Johnson. In my eyes, I think that, you know, because I can't see, if it goes the distance, I think Green will struggle. I think Green, you know, he'll get tired, he'll get trained, he won't be able to cope with the workload Johnson gives to him. He'll start struggling, he'll start panicking, and I think, you know, I've made fun of Allan Green in the past of all this bark, but no bite. You know, I've made fun of him against Andre Ward, because he did talk a good game against Ward. Let's not forget that. But in order for him to win this, he does need to knock out Johnson, and I can't see Johnson going down personally. I don't think Green has got the power to do so. You know, my personal opinion. Please let me know how you feel. In my eyes, if you want me to predict this, I think Johnson wins it in a decision. I think Johnson wins it in a unanimous decision. I'll go all 12 rounds, and I believe that means that Johnson will get into the Super 6 semi-final, because technically there's only 5 left, because Sako Bika is fighting Andre Ward, but not in the Super 6. It's an outside Super 6 to actual fight. So that's what I believe happens. Please let me know your comments and tell me what you think. Sorry it's a bit rushed, but I'm late. I'm absolutely shattered with you, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Glen, Johnson, Allan, Green. Bring it on. I'm going Johnson, unanimous decision. Green wins. He knocks out Johnson if Green wins. I can't see that happening. I think they both struggle at the weight, as I said. And I think Green... but be interested to see how Johnson comes in at 168. We'll see. November 6th. Only time will tell. Anyway, guys, this is Boxer Clown 90. Until the next time, peace, and I'm out.